Hi everyone, welcome back to my lecture series on intellectual property right. And in this video, our focus is on compulsory licensing. As part of patent discussion, one of the important aspect is compulsory licensing. So far, we know that any new inventor, he will apply for a patent, and it goes through the process of a patent issuance, and then once everything is satisfied, he will be getting patent. What exactly happens, like once the patent is given, the person who receives the right is called as patentee. As a patentee, he enjoys certain rights, so which we will discuss in the later part. What is the important thing? So no one can use that invention without the permission of the patentee. So patentee will be having exclusive right on producing, selling, reselling, etc. about that invention. Correct? But there is a concept called compulsory licenses. What does it mean? First, let us see an example, and then we will go through the key points with respect to a compulsory license. Okay. So, say for example, Mr. A invented batteries, okay, which will last for 20 days. This is the same example what we were discussing earlier, right? So he invented a battery which will last for 20 days, even whether you use it, even if you use it also, it will come for 20 days, even if you are not using it also for 20 days. Okay. So then once he gets a patent, so he will be called as a patentee, and no one you should use this technology, the battery technology, which gives life after 20 days without A's permission. So if B wants to produce the same kind of battery, he should get a patentee rights from A or a permission, licenses, etc. Otherwise, B cannot use it. But there is a concept called compulsory licensing. With that, B can produce this. Understand? Without the permission of a patentee, if other party can produce it. So how this is possible is provided in section 82 to 94, which deals with compulsory licensing. Let's see the provisions related to compulsory licensing, and also we will see one important case law related to compulsory licensing. So compulsory licensing is all about using the patentee's right by other party without patentee's permission. So without the permission of the patentee, if someone else manufactures the goods based on that invention, with the public governments, with the government's permission, okay, the permission will be given by government for the benefit of public. Why government will give this permission to other party to produce it? Because it is benefiting to the public. This kind of licensing happens in pharmaceutical industry. So we will see medicine industry, in a medical hospital industry. So this kind of licensing happens, especially in a pharma. Okay, we will see leading case in that very interesting case. So here, point to remember is government will give permission to a other party to produce the goods which is patented by someone else because for the benefit of public. Okay, for the benefit of public, government gives a permission. So when government will give compulsory licensing position, okay. So if any invention is done after expiration of a 3 years, normally patent will be available for 20 years, but in this case, compulsory licensing, government can give permission to others after the expiration of 3 years. Okay. Apart from that, there are other conditions also. The person who wants to produce these goods, he should apply. He should apply to a government. Okay, if B wants to produce some medicine, A invented a medicine, Med A. So B wants to produce it. then B should approach to A. Okay, if A is not giving it, then only he can go and apply to a government. Government will not give it this compulsory license permission on their own. Some person who is interested to use the patent must request for the grant of patent. So we should go and apply to government that he is interested to produce this goods. Okay, why this company B wants to produce this medicine or a pharma medicine? Why B will go and ask for it? So there are three reasons. Okay, one is this particular patent holder A is not able to meet the reasonable requirement of the public. Say if any company in US is having a patented right for a cancer drug, and if they are not supplying that in India at the with whatever the requirement. If India needs a cancer drug for 100 people, and if US company is satisfying only 10% of it, only 10 people's requirement it is meeting. So in that case, a person or a B can request for producing the drugs in India. The second reason is that it is not available in India at a reasonable price. Say, for example, any cancer drug which is produced in US that might cost you 30,000, 40,000, 80,000 kind of this, right? So if it is produced within India, then the cost will drastically come down. So that's why if a product is not available in India at reasonable price, if the reasonable requirements are not met, and also that particular patent which is granted in US, it is not being used in India at all. In those cases, in these three cases, a party B, the party who wants to use that patent can apply to a central government. So central government, if they are satisfied that it is not meeting the reasonable requirement of Indian, and then there it is not available in India at a reasonable price, and also if it is this patent is not effectively being used in India, in those cases, after the 3 years of grant of patent, Indian government can give permission to other party to produce it under compulsory licensing. So this is called as abuse of patent because the patent means once the patent is given, it is the right of patentee to exclusive right of patentee to use these goods and to add. But here applicant will get a possible chance that to produce that goods. So the landmark case in this compulsory licensing is Bayers versus Natco Pharma. So it is a leading case in India, Bayers versus Natco Pharma. It is about Nexavar drug, which was owned by Bayers. Bayers were a patentee here. Okay, they were having complete right of exclusive right of it. And in India, Natco Pharma took this particular compulsory licenses. Okay, let's see the case facts of this. In August 2011, Natco Pharma applied for compulsory licensing for anti-cancer drug Nexavar. So this was owned by Bayer's Pharmaceuticals US. Okay, Natco Pharma is applied, and Indian Patent Office granted the compulsory license to Natco Pharma on the grounds that, so we mentioned, right, if it is not meeting a reasonable requirement, if it was not reasonably priced, and if did not meet Indian requirements at all completely. So in those cases only compulsory licensing will be provided. Natco Pharma stated that only 2% of Indian patients are using this. Okay, if this particular drug is used by only 2%, then the reasonable requirements is not met. Second point, which Natco Pharma claimed that it was priced around 2,80,000. The cancer treatment drug was charged around 2,80,000, and Natco Pharma can provide this at rupees 8,800. So it is now reasonably priced. So as a second condition, if the product is not reasonably priced in India, then also compulsory license can be given. And Bayers, they were not having any manufacturing capacity in India. Always it used to be imported. So in considering all these things, Natco Pharma got compulsory licensing rights, and government directed, patent office directed them to pay royalty to Bayers at a 6%. Okay. So with this condition, Natco Pharma started producing Nexavar drug. So, but Bayer took this to appellate at Intellectual Property Appellate Board. So they went to Intellectual Property Appellate Board. They filed a case. Uh, IPAB, like Intellectual Property Appellate Board, says that it is because of it is not meeting Indian requirement, and this compulsory licensing is valid. So because Bayers is selling at a 2,80,000 and Natco can sell it at about 8,800. Only point which this IPAB Intellectual Property Appellate Board given is instead of 6% of royalty, it is increased to 7%. So that's it, guys. This is all about compulsory licensing. And in the next video, we will talk about surrender and revocation of patent under section 63 and 64. Thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and let's connect in another class. Thank you so much.